Lord Mayor, thanks for your time this evening. Is the mood in Melbourne now different to when Melbourne's long lockdown was called last year?
Leigh, there are many similar feelings, as you can imagine, a sense of despondency and despair, frustration, anxiety. I think this time there are a couple of things. For a lot of business owners, they're really concerned how often can they bounce back from these lockdowns to keep their doors open and to keep Melburnians in jobs. And I think that sense of resilience is really being worn down and something we have to be very mindful of this time around.
Is there any sense of frustration among Melbourne business owners that for the past year, New South Wales Health has repeatedly managed outbreaks without closing the entire city of Sydney, and yet the Victorian government is either unwilling to do that or unable to do that? Melbourne businesses must be wondering, why is that so different?
Well, there are always lots of ideas given in situations like this, Leigh, on how it could be different. I think during the long lockdown last year, we consistently called for a hotspots approach to outbreaks. But we do have to listen to the advice of health experts. We do have to adhere to the restrictions put in place by the Victorian government. From our perspective, every conversation we're having with traders and residents is about how quickly and safely we can come out of this lockdown and open our city up again.
There has been some talk about the QR code system in Victoria and why it took so long to have one sort of streamlined system. Is there enough QR code compliance in Melbourne?
Well, I think that's what's really driven the conversation about moving to one system here in Victoria, is the sense that people just weren't using it. And we absolutely have to see a behaviour change around QR codes. I think on the whole, Victorians have shown how we can unify, how we can show solidarity around these restrictions. But it's the vigilance and it's the sustained efforts around doing the right things, everything from wearing masks, social distancing, coughing appropriately into elbows, through to QR systems, because we know that every time people check in, it's going to be easier to do tracking and tracing if necessary. And if there is one or two really silver linings out of this lockdown, it's about use of QR codes and it's about vaccination.
Is there a case to lift the lockdown immediately for regional Victoria, given that there's been no evidence of any spread and obviously they pay a huge price to be locked down?
I have heard calls for the ring of steel to come back. I really think that's up to the health experts and the state government to make decisions, because they're the ones across the data and can see what's happening with the spread of the virus.
Sally Capp, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leigh Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.